Today I've got the new Aquila harness. It's a sport climbing, mountaineering, alpinist harness that is new for 2022. You may know that we have an Aquila harness in the line right now. And we took the concept of that Aquila harness and we just evolved it a little bit forward. Where the original Aquila had maybe a little bit of a narrow waist belt, some bias tape up here, slightly shorter gear loops. We evolved a lot of the different parts of this harness to be just a better solution. Throughout the whole harness, we have this FuseFrame construction, high quality EVA foam, paired with this construction that has two nylon straps tracing the edge of the harness here. And when we inset those nylon straps in that really high quality EVA foam, you get a very flexible, lightweight, supportive comfort from the harness. And you get that on the waist belt and the leg loops as well. On the Aquila in particular, we've widened out the waist belt and the leg loops so that you get all of that extra support without needing to add a bunch of heavy foam or restrict your movement too much. No more bias tape on the top edges, a little smoother experience here. A nice soft high quality mesh in there that'll absorb less sweat than the previous one. And then we've done some stitch through on these gear loops to get them up to that required strength and durability that we need for our harnesses. You'll see little circles of stitching there, and the end result is this harness that's comfortable, supportive, sleek, lightweight, very packable. We used to give you just a little bit of a small nylon strap back here as your haul loop. We've upgraded that to what is a very generously sized haul loop, and we've added a fifth gear loop. So this fifth gear loop adds a whole lot of capacity for gear, and it complements the design of these other gear loops. We have a nice stiff front gear loop that's angled a little bit forward. Your quick draws and all your accessories there stay really accessible, kind of a little set off from your harness. And then your rear gear loop in the back here is slung low and forward. So what it does is it stays out of the way of a backpack that might be over this, but at the same time it brings all of that gear on the rear and it just slings it a little bit gently towards the front of your body. So it's just that much easier to get at. You have this full Dyneema belay loop and it is very narrow. It makes for a really lightweight, kind of flexible solution. It does look a little thin compared to your thicker nylon ones that you see on some other harnesses. And we also coat the tie-in points here with a HMPE so that they don't wear down quite as quickly, especially as you're walking on your alpine climbs, moving back and forth, rubbing these things together. We call these double back HD buckles. They're a smoother action than our other double back buckles. You'll notice they're a little smaller as well. This is in forged aluminum. What we have here is kind of this delta of elastic, and that allows your leg loop to kind of flex with your movements, even though you've got it dialed in with this adjustable buckle here. So as your layers go up and down, or if you're a person who's doing a lot of squats and your quads are getting really big, you can adjust this out, but you still get a little bit of that dynamic movement. We did remove the keratool loops from this harness. So the old version had some loops where you could put in a standard Petzl keratool. And what we've done for this generation is removed them in favor of using this new keratool Evo. So this has a soft HMPE attachment point that takes the place of the old one's metal attachment point. And as you can see, I've just got it slotted neatly on the harness there. It's nice and secure, improved action here, but we won't talk about that too much. But basically the new paradigm for the Aquila and the Hirundos harness, which is in the same family, is that you can put as many keratool Evos as is practical on the harness and in pretty much any place that is practical for you. So we freed you from the keratool loop requirement, and you're now free to go as nuts as you want to on the keratool Evos. The Aquila is coming out in 4 sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, and it is $120 retail, $119.95 actually. And the medium comes in at 405 grams. Yeah, it's kind of more unisex than just we only make one and it's the male's one. It's unisex in that we only make one and we've tailored it to kind of fit a couple of different body types. So the kind of high level 30,000 foot view of Petzl harnesses is that they're purpose-built for different comfort levels and different experiences and adventures. What we do is we start with this standard harness design called the frame construction. It's pretty good for standard rock climbing, kind of low consequence mountaineering. If you're not a person who really needs to drop the weight of the harness down or needs extra comfort, this on the Corax and the Corax LT is a really good construction. When we go up one level, this is one level below the Aquila, now we get to this endoframe construction. It's this really cush, plush comfort. That's for long hangs, you know, big walling, long day, multi-day trad or multi-pitch trad, all that sort of thing in the Sama, the Ajama, the Selena, and the Luna. The third level up is finally this FuseFrame for the Aquila and the Hirundos. And the design concept here is that you still want comfort, you still want support, but you want to dial down that weight a little bit of the harness. You want to dial up that flexibility and that movement. And so you're doing a little bit more gymnastic stuff. You don't have quite as much comfort foam that's padded in there. And the consequence of that is that you have this lightweight, packable, really comfortable still harness. And then we go to the Sitta, which is our top of the line harness with wireframe construction. And by that time, you've got super lightweight, you have pressure distribution that comes from a bunch of individual strands of HMPE, and you're losing comfort foam and things like that in favor of fast and light, super comfortable pressure distribution without foam. So that's where it fits in the line.